am so excited to be here, literally. I've been so nervous all day, and now I'm here. Thank you.
We have a lot to talk about. First of all, you were just recently engaged. Congratulations on this. This is big news. That's big news.
Really big news for me, and quite a surprise, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, but in a good way.
Yeah, but what was surprising?
Well, because I've known him for a very long time, so he's like a family friend. So I feel
thought that
kind
he
of
would propose?
Well, no, because you know I've been married and divorced and divorced and divorced and divorced and married again. So I wasn't ever looking for that, and then it just happened. So I feel very fortunate.
That's fantastic. But also, you just got a big honor. You became a member of the Order of the British Empire. That is.
Yeah, I got an MBE.
An MBE.
Yeah.
Wait, so
I mean,
how does this happen? You go and...
I mean, it's really kind of proper and posh. So to get an MBE, they do a lot of, like, background checks on you.
Absolutely.
And it's all about what you've contributed to society. So I was thinking, you know, I'm never going to get an MBE. Maybe I will as a Spice Girl, because I'm Spice Girl through and through and girl power and all that. But, the MBE arrives in this envelope and it gets chauffeur-driven. This little, like, envelope gets chauffeur-driven to your house, and the chauffeur has to hand the envelope to you. But I wasn't in, so my mum was in, because I was living with my mum at the time in 2019. That's another whole different story. But, so my mum calls me and she goes, "Oh, my God, Your Royal Highness, there's a note here and it says royalty and this, that. What have you done?" And I went, "I've done nothing. I've got no speeding tickets. I've got no driver's points, nothing."
Kicked out of the country, yeah.
And then I opened it and it was like, "You have been awarded and honoured an MBE for all your work and awareness that you do for domestic violence and to create, like, support for people that have gone through that." And I was like, "Oh, my God."
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Is that the coolest thing?
I mean, yeah, it's a massive honour. And then when I went to go and receive my MBE, it's like a medal, and you get all these different, like, fancy things that you can do, like get married at St Paul's Cathedral, where Princess Di got married and stuff like that.
No, okay.
Yeah. So wait, Jimmy Jim. So Prince William placed the thing, the medal, the very prestigious medal right there. And Victoria dressed me and my mum. And so she's got me this gorgeous red dress and I'm feeling fabulous. And I don't think I realised, but it had a slit right there. So as he's pinning this on, I'm like, "Oh, my God, my boobs are out." But yeah, it was really lovely.
I do love that you can get like an owl comes and delivers an envelope, like Harry Potter.
Literally.
Yeah, it's like Harry Potter,
Literally.
yeah.
But
what do you mean you can get married at St. Paul's? Like, is this a consideration?
Yeah, so you get, like, privileges. So St. Paul's Cathedral is where Princess Di got married. So when you become an MBE member, I still can't believe it when I say that.
It really is
You
cool.
get to kind of, if you want to, get married at the same church, and it's like its own separate chapel. So you have to kind of apply for this. And because I have an MBE, then you have to go through all these different processes. And because I've been married twice before, you have to kind of say to the church, "This time it's for real."
Yeah, this time I mean it, and I forget about the other one.
It got passed, so I'm going to get my date pretty soon.
Yeah.
Pretty soon.
Spice Girls, can we talk about Spice Girls
Yes,
while you're here?
I love my Spice bitches.
We love you. Oh. Has it been almost the 30th anniversary? Is that true?
It is 30 years, and I just realised this because we've just released our stamps from the Royal Mail.
Wait.
So this is quite another big deal. God, I'm full of them tonight.
You have your own stamp.
Yeah, so usually it's the Queen's face that's on the stamp. You know stamps?
Yeah,
and
of
you
course.
send it off, like letters. Does anybody remember how to send a letter?
I know, yeah, exactly. No,
so it went from the Queen to the King, and then the Spice Girls have their own stamp.
Come on now. Is that the coolest thing?
It is the coolest thing. My kids are like, "What's a stamp?"
Yeah, exactly.
Why do we need one? But yeah, we feel very privileged and very honoured.
What are you going to do with it? Are you going to just frame?
I'm going to save them forever and ever. Amen. Like all my old Spice Girls outfits that no one can touch.
Yeah. By the way, no, your daughter can touch these outfits because. Yeah, I got some photos of your daughter who's 20...
I was so pissed at this. I was so annoyed.
No, how old is your daughter? 20?
So my daughter's 24, right? And so she used to live with me, but now she's 24. I kind of kicked her out, go make your own living, yada, 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 like you do as a parent. So I'm looking on Instagram and she sends me through this flurry of pictures, like, Mum, do you like this, do you like that? And I'm like, well, first of all, I have to get my glasses on. I'm like, well, that looks a bit like me. And she's got all my bloody outfits on.
Look how
the
good.
The bitch stole my look and went into my wardrobe. And I'm like, you better bring all that stuff back right now because they're my clothes.
Look at this. This is a spitting image.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
I did think it was a bit of a trick, like, who wore it better? I was like, me.
Oh, my God. Do you remember getting these, getting dressed for these and getting these outfits?
Yeah, because Spice Girls, you know, we're very much a homegrown band.
Yeah.
So we used to style ourselves and, you know, we'd do our own music. We'd beg producers and co-writers to work with us on the promise that when we're rich and famous, we'll pay you back. We never did. But, yeah, so it was kind of, our journey was tough and we were broke, basically, living in a house together, doing all the choreography. I did all the choreography, that's why it's really simple, step, dig, for everyone to follow along.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we dressed ourselves. So when I see stuff like that, I'm like, that was like 50 cents, that top, and I probably made the skirt myself. Squats, they were called.
Yeah, and all just like vintage stuff and stuff you made.
Well,
in your
now they're vintage, because my 24-year-old said to me, well, yeah, Mum, you're cool, but you're really cool now, because everything you wore back in the 90s has come back round.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. They have, yes. I'm happy that you're here on our show, but I'm happy you're on our network, America's Got Talent.
I know, yeah, I'm finally back. Can you believe that?
Fantasy League. Are you happy to be back working?
Yeah, because, you know, I did do America's Got Talent for 7 years. And then I took like a 5-6 year break. I went home and lived with my mother in my early 40s with my 3 kids because I'd gone through like a 10-year, very abusive marriage. And I've actually written a book about it, Brutally Honest, which you can get right now, 3 new chapters. And I needed just to take a bit of time out and to, like, recoup. Because when you've gone from being in such an abusive relationship, you need to kind of heal and figure out why and what happened. Hence, I got my MBE for speaking about domestic violence and coercive control so much, because we're living in an epidemic. And actually, your stats here in America, it's 1 in 3 that have been part of some kind of abuse, which is terrible. So we need to take control of it, and we need to start figuring out how we can educate ourselves and support women and men that are going through this. And I'm one of the survivors.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. It's great that you're doing that.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that.
So I actually forgot what your question was.
No, I love that. My question was, how does it feel to be back? But
right, so let's get back on AGT. So I'm back now with no secrets to hide.
Yeah, you got no secrets to hide. Good.
Abusive relationship.
No.
And you know, it feels like I'm on such a good, like, wave because I'm not hiding behind the desk anymore. I know what I'm going home to. It's love and my kids, and I feel very safe with my 2 Rottweilers and my future husband, and I'm just happy.
Mel B, this is your year. This is your year.
I hope so.
I'm calling it right now. I want to show everyone a clip. Here's Mel B on America's Got Talent Fantasy League. Take a look at this.
You know why it was so good? We got to see you, and we got to see Simon just standing there looking pointless.
I stood there, I didn't sing, I felt like a Spice Girl.
She's back! These judges are going at it today.
I've got the dream team.
I haven't had a great night. I'm going to be honest with you.
Mel B. America's Got Talent Fantasy League airs Mondays at 8 p.m. on NBC. We'll be right back with a performance from JID. Stick around, everybody.